את השבת לעולם. איש ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. Pause there, just give it a little more pause. Sorry?
We had to think about this. It's the need to pause this one the second time. Just like we discussed the verse, sorry.
I don't know, but if we're going to change the pause, we need to do that as a group so that we're all on the same page. Just.
The first pause for effect is very effective. The second pause is the second one.
You're finding it repetitious. Let's do it again. וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי, שבת Right, so the basic structure is there. The only question is whether or not to have a pause there.
We do like a written, not a pause. The second time we do try a written and not a pause.
Yeah, let me just see if I can find it because I need to be singing the harmony line, not the melody. And it'd be good if I actually had it in front of me. Oh, I have lots of other music here. Who's told my Vishamru? Hey, Mazel Tov. I literally cannot find that Vishamru. Okay. Good thing I know it, but I'm not sure I have all the harmonies in the right spots. Are you making new friends, Elena? Who's this? Page 128, Dodi Li Vani Lo Haroeba Shushlim. Words from Shir HaShirim, from the Song of Songs, Dodi Li, page 128. Dodi Li Vani Lo Haroeba Shushlim. Dodi Li, Dodi Li. Shoshanim, Dodi Adonai kol haaretz, pitchu v'ranenu v'zameru. Raise a shout to God, all the earth. Break into joyous songs, songs of praise.
L'Adonai golaret, l'Adonai golaret, Itzu, Ranenu v'zameru, Ranenu v'zameru, Ranenu v'zameru. Amru l'Adonai bechinot, bechinot, bechol zimra. Amru l'Adonai bechinot, bechol zimra. Ay, yara la la la, yara la 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 la. Ay, yara la la la, yara la 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 la. Ay, yara la la la, yara la 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 la. Ay, yara la la la, ariu. L'Adonai golaret, l'Adonai golaret, l'Adonai golaret. Itzu, Ranenu v'zameru, Ranenu v'zameru, Ranenu v'zameru. Bechinor v'chol zimra, Amru l'Adonai bechinor v'chol zimra. Yay na 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 na, yara na 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 na. Yay yara na na na, yara na 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 na. Yay na 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 na, yara na 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 na. Yay na 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 na.
Page 137. Ya'aloz Sadai v'chol asher bo. Ya'aloz Sadai v'chol asher bo. Ya'aloz Sadai. Ay na 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 na. Ya'aloz Sadai v'chol asher bo. Ya'aloz Sadai. Ay na 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 na. 131. Az yiranenu kol hatzei ya'ad. 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 Ya'aloz Sadai v'chol asher bo. Ya'aloz Sadai. Ay na 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 na. Ya'aloz Sadai v'chol asher bo. Ya'aloz Sadai. Ay na 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 na. Az yiranenu kol hatzei ya'ad. 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 Ya'aloz Sadai v'chol asher bo. יעלו שדי יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו יעלו שדי Page 138, we welcome the Sabbath bride with the words of Lecha Dodi. Page 138. Lecha Dodi Lecha Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalat Lecha Dodi Lecha Kala B'nei Shabbat Kabbalat Zamor bezachor בדיבור אחד ישמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם תפארת בלי תילה לך דודי נקרא קלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי נקרא קלה בני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלחקים מכל הברכה מראש מקדם נשוכה מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה ומצי מתוכה וחרב לך שבט בעמק הבחר תחויה חמול עלייך חמלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי מאת אדוני תעליתי על ידי ופרצי ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת בואי ושלום עטרת מעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה.
And so as we've welcomed this Shabbat with song, kind of let go of the sticky end to our week, this very humid day, let's just take a few moments to turn to those to our left and right and welcome them and say Shabbat Shalom. If someone's unfamiliar, please introduce yourself. And we're a bit of a smaller congregation tonight, so if you're sitting up the back, come a little forward. with the song for Shabbat. He's Moshir Leyom HaShabbat. We're on page.
Page 140. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
להגיד ברוך יחסך, באמונתה בלילות, עלה חזור עליך, ועלה היגיון בחילות.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך אמן. מה גדול מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמו משפטך. איש רעי לא ידע, חסד לא יבין את זאת.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. צדיק אתה אמר יברח, כארץ בלבנון, בלבנון יזכה, שטוב בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהים, יפריחו עוד ינובות בשיבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עוולת אבות.
Page 142. A song, one of our great songs of Shabbat, about two angels celebrating this day and wishing peace upon all of us. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Wachem shalom aleichem shalom.
Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni leShalom, Malchei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, מלכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום עליכם, שלום עליכם, מלכי השרת, מלכי עליון, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Having moved through the songs and psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat and used the words and melodies of our tradition to bring us together as a community, it's time for us, before we arrive at the evening prayer, the call to prayer and the Ma'ariv Aravim that follow, to really welcome Shabbat through ritual. We're going to have an opportunity a little later in our service to welcome a very special guest of honor and formally celebrate with her parents and her grandparents and family and friends her entry into community. Her place in family has been celebrated for some time now, but into community and into tradition. But before we get there, we need still first to welcome Shabbat, because even Shabbat takes precedent before a beautiful new life. And so I have the great pleasure in inviting the cousin, that's you, Shan, to come up and kindle these Shabbat lights for us in anticipation of what we know is going to be a wonderful, wonderful Shabbat for your entire family. Your brother's name's kind of next there to come and give you moral support, but he's been given another job to open up an ark later. But you can bring your cousins with you if you want. There are a few. You can bring any of them or all of them. Apparently you're all coming.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
I'm trying, as this bimmer gets fuller and fuller with cousins, to actually light a candle. We all have our skills. You're going to delegate this, or are you doing this yourself? That's what happens when you're the oldest. Thank you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to all of you. Could you hand her to those lovely people sitting behind you, Mum? Thank you. And we are going to leave our prayer book for a few moments while you guys head on back down and celebrate the fact that how wonderful it is for us to be together as brothers and sisters, family and friends. And so I'd like to invite onto the bimmer right now the parents of our guest of honor, together with her grandparents. So if I can invite Joel and Nala and Yoko and Adam to come and join us on the bimmer. And as we welcome you with the tribe that you bring, we celebrate the words that celebrate that community. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, in fact, how awesome it is for us to be together, brothers, sisters, family, and friends.
Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
And having celebrated how good, how wonderful, how awesome it is for all of us to be together, there is one particular person who is necessary to come up onto this bimah to really celebrate the growth and the expansion of your family, and that is our guest of honor, Imani. And she's going to be brought up into the ceremony and onto the bimah by her godparents, Ty and Victoria. And we welcome her also with words of tradition, different words of tradition, but those that recognize that at this moment, at this time, into this place, she comes here in the name of God, into this house of God, to be welcomed and celebrated as part of community.
ברוכה הבאה בשם אדוני, ברכנוכך מבית אדוני. ברוכה הבאה בשם אדוני, ברכנוכך מבית אדוני.
Blessed is she who comes into the house of God. Blessed is she in the name of God. And so every person born into this world represents something new, something that has never existed before, something original, something truly unique. And it's upon us to know and recognize that this new person, this new life, is unique in this world. A singular character, a singular personality, and that there has never been anyone like this child before. For if there had been, then, as our teacher Martin Buber says, there would be no need for her to exist. But we celebrate this new life and how she's come into this world and into this family. And so, Joel, I'd like you and Nalo, or one of you, to offer, please, this blessing of appreciation on behalf of parents.
We have been blessed with the gift of new life. We have shared love and pain and joy in bringing our child into this world, and have been privileged to participate in the marvel and beauty of creation.
Next page.
Through our loving example, we hope to teach our daughter to become a caring and loving person with a sense of her own worth and respect for others. We dedicate ourselves to providing a home filled with the Jewish values and joys of study and learning, and we hope that our daughter will grow to cherish and emulate these ideals.
Amen and amen and amen to that. I'm going to ask you to pass that across, Joel, to your parents and invite them to continue with a similar reading of appreciation.
Ready?
We echo the prayers of our children. May the happiness which emanates from them today forever fill their home and their family. May we help them to care for the nurture this child and continue to shower
upon them
the love and affection we first felt
for them
when they entered this world. We thank you, O God, for the miracle of life, for the length of our days, and for enabling us to reach this day.
We thank you, O God, for the miracle of life, for the length of our days, and for enabling us to reach this moment.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
And so the two of you have played an important role, not just carrying her 6 meters, but taking on the responsibility of carrying, holding, guiding her when they aren't necessarily around. But now we're about to transition into one of the key responsibilities of parents, not godparents, and that is the bestowing upon her all of her names and celebrating that. So I'm going to have to be mean and ask you to hand her back over to her parents. I'm going to slip in just there. And so, we turn to the words of tradition as we say once more, Eloheinu v'Elahei Avotenu v'Imotenu, our God and God of our fathers and mothers, Kayam et hayalda hazot, lavi ulima, sustain this child through her parents' loving care. V'yikra Shema b'Yisrael, and call her, let her be known amongst the people of Israel as Zipporah bat Yol Natan. Yismach hava v'ima b'ritza chalatzav v'tagel ima b'pri pitna. Zot hakatana gadola tiyeh. Kashem shenichnas labrit. Ken yechanes laTorah u'lachupa u'lama'asim tovim. May her name be a source of joy to her and inspire her to serve our people and all humankind. May her parents continue to rejoice in her growth of body and soul. As they have brought her into this covenant and into this moment, into this family and into this community, so may they continue with wisdom and with patience and with the joy and with rest, lead her to a life of study, to the blessing of family and to the practices of good deeds. And to that we say Amen, Amen,
Amen.
and Amen. And so we toast this moment, not Shabbat, that will come later, that glass is at the rear of our sanctuary, but rather this milestone in this family, by hoping that just as we use this wine to hallow this moment, the memory of this occasion and all that it leads to will bring sweetness and joy and meaning to her, to your, and to all of your lives. And so we say, Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen, and give you an opportunity to have a sip of that. Yours is coming, pass it down. We're going to keep going as we celebrate. And then we get the greatest test of them all. Is she really related to you? If you could dip a finger in there. There's no question. And so as we move through this celebration, there's really one last blessing. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. But this last blessing is as old as our people itself. It's a blessing that was first offered by Aaron to his sons, then from the priest to people, and in more recent generations from parents to children. It is everything that we have to offer, and it is my pleasure to join with Idor on all of your behalf to offer her this blessing now, this blessing of family, Birkat Mishpacha, this blessing of tradition, Birkat Kohanim. But I'm going to borrow her if I can. And I'm going to invite you guys to place your hands upon her head, so that the three of us together, in fact the 4 or 5 of us together, can offer this blessing to her. You like being upright, we can fix that, there we go. Look at the people. May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai Panav elecha v'choneka.
May the brightness of our tradition be awesome to you, and may that face you've got never ever return to you.
Yisa Adonai, Yisa Adonai Panav.
His experienced grandmother.
Shalom.
And Imani Siporo, ever this journey leads you, May it continue to be surrounded by this family that loves you, by these people that care for you, and may you always have the sense of peace and satisfaction that you have now. And to that we say, Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will, and we wish you Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
Before we hand back to the Chazan to continue with our service, certificates are important. I don't know how many people frame them. They might usually take photos of them now, but this is a certificate to recognize what has happened today and what is happening in your life. That these two beautiful people I'm talking to you, these two beautiful people are your parents, and they have brought you into this extraordinary family. And at the bottom it says that the crown of a good name is the highest crown of them all. And my dear, you have many good names that represent wonderful traditions and extraordinary people. And we hope that you grow into each and every one of those names. And to that too, we say, Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will, as we invite each and every one of you to rise as we continue with our service with the Chatzi Kaddish. Mazel Tov.
We are on page 144 for the Chatzi Kaddish.
Amen. Bagala, ובזמן קריב. אמן. יהי שמי רבן מבורך, לעולם רל ועלמיה יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שם לקודשה
בריחו. וחטא ונחמתה תמירם לעלמה
ואמרו
אמן. אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Please be seated.
Please join me as we read together on page 148 in the Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv arabim, בחוכמה פותח שערים ובתבונה משנה עתים, ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה גולל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה. אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים. תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ברבים. אהבת עולם בית ישראל אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגן יומם בלילה. ועבדתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, ובשרתם לאות הידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני למשה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם, ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף לציר תפארת, והיה לכם לציצית וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תדורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
If you'll join with me at the top of page 157 in the English. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. That wherever we go it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there, except by joining hands, marching together, and singing this song, page 158.
כמוך האלי אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלי אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע הים לפני משה ומרים. צאלים עמדו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
On page 160, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom, V'aminenu Malkeinu L'Chaim. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace. Raise us up, our sovereign, to life renewed.
Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim.
Stand in shelter of your peace over us. Guide us with wisdom, compassion, and trust.
Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim.
Save us from the snake of pain. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain.
Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Lechayim. Lechayim.
Baruch Ata Adonai, haporesh tukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Eternal One, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. On page 162, V'shamru b'nei Yisrael.
ושמרו בני ישראל, ושמרו את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, לעשות את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לעשות את השבת לעולם. איש אשת ימין עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי, וביום השביעי שבת וינבט.
We rise on page 164 for the Amidah, the standing prayer. As is our tradition, we will chant the first three of the benedictions as a community, then continue in silence, whether using the words of our prayer book or the words of our hearts. Page 164, the Amidah.
Adonai sepatai tiftach ufi agid tehiratecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim Dekoneh Hakol, V'zocher Chasei Avot v'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיים איתי ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשנאפה, מחרוך הבך גבורות, ומטוב מרח, מלך ממצוק חייך, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך הקדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
לרצונים רעיפי והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי וגואלי, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer.
Shalom b'olam, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'olam, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Hey, Adam. First of all, congratulations to all of those of you who got the memo about bringing your child to shul day today. My daughter actually phoned me at 4:30 and asked me what time I was leaving to tell me she was coming with. It's never happened before. I don't expect it will happen again, but we'll celebrate it while it happened. But it is so lovely to be able to celebrate Shabbat with so many family and friends gathering, appreciating that there are other things that bring others to shul tonight. Whether you're visiting from far or you're visiting from close, we've been brought to shul to celebrate Shabbat, to celebrate with family, and also for many in our congregation night tonight to remember a loved one. We had the opportunity to welcome our guest of honor, who's now being held by another one of her aunts as she gets passed back row by row by row. A little earlier in our service, but as I sat on the bimah looking out, Joel at you and Nala behind you, thinking about how it is that we came to celebrate your family and your daughter on this Shabbat. When we sat down some weeks ago to think about what it is that we were going to do and why it is that we were going to do it, you spoke about family, you spoke about community, you spoke about synagogue, you spoke about traditions and all of these things. You also very pragmatically said, we've picked a date that works for everyone, which practically is also very important as well. But at no part in that conversation did I, now in retrospect, thinking back at our conversation, did I stop to think, what is this Shabbat? What is appropriate about this time? What is it about our people's calendar that would make this Shabbat appropriate or significant? We didn't have to go there because we knew what we wanted to do, and you guys as a family knew when you wanted to do it. Which is why I think it's doubly special that by entire happenstance, although as a person of faith, I don't believe in happenstance for a moment, but by entire happenstance, for those of you who don't join me in the believing business, we find ourselves celebrating your family, your daughter, your home, and that which it is creating on one of our most fascinating and important Torah portions. Tomorrow morning we will be reading from Parashat Yitro. And I could find dozens of reasons why Yitro is a beautiful time to welcome a child into community and into tradition and into family. But there are just two that I want to focus on. Firstly, in the midst of this week's Torah portion, these 10 utterances are delivered for the very first time in our people's tradition. Commandments, laws, regulations, very significant. But every parent, and particularly first-time parents, need from time to time to lean down on that fifth one, on the right, the one that says, honor your father and mother. Because sometimes we need to remind our kids from time to time that that's part of the relationship. But father and mother just doesn't literally mean your father and mother. But what it means is honoring the traditions that brought you here. Your various family histories and narratives, both particular, that which is only yours, and that which is more universal. And I think that the way that the two of you have chosen to honor your family stories, your separate as well as the shared one that you're creating, is quite powerful and fits beautifully into the Sidra where we are given the 10 Commandments. But what makes it for me even more appropriate and even more wonderful is that this Sidra where we are given what is perceived as being the central tenets of the particular Jewish tradition. What could be more Jewish than the 10 Commandments? It falls in a Torah portion that is named after someone who he himself didn't identify at any point in his life as a Jew. For tomorrow we read Parashat Yitro. We read from the story of Yitro, with the 10 Commandments in the middle of it, named after Moses' father-in-law, Yitro, who was a priest of Midian. And he returned to the camp in the first months after the exodus from Egypt with his daughter and his grandchildren. And he arrived at the camp, I'm sure perceived by some as being an outsider or a foreigner, someone who didn't necessarily belong. And he walked straight up to his son-in-law, who had by then become the leader of a great nation. He looked him in the eye. Okay, I'm reading into the text. I don't know their height and the like, but I can imagine. He looked him in the eye and said, Sonny boy, you got some things to learn. That which you're doing right now is not sustainable. You can't do this by yourself. You need help. You need family, you need friends, you need community. You need to find people that are loyal to you and that are competent. And trust them to support you, because Moses, you don't need to be a priest of Midian to know that it takes a village. And in that statement, The entire notion of what it is for us to be community was transformed. We came out of a world where Pharaoh was everything and anything. And within a series of chapters, a number of weeks, we shifted and transformed history forever. And said it's not about a single person, a single voice, or a single tradition, but it's about celebrating the myriad of blessings that surround us. The various narratives, the very different life journeys, the sometimes complementary, sometimes conflicting life experiences, and bringing them together for a common purpose. What is that common purpose? Ensuring that the generation that comes after us feels more blessed, feels more touched, feels more connected than we could have ever been. Joel and Nala, we did not talk about Torah for a second when you sat in my office. We spent most of the time trying to make your daughter, not actually, just enjoying your daughter giggle, because that's all she did for the hour that we spent together. But honestly, as I stand out on this bimah, having welcomed a new child into community and celebrating her place in your family, I couldn't think of a better little bit of Torah to connect her to. A wise, wise teaching that says that our tradition is only as strong as our willingness to open it up to those around it, to share and to change and to evolve it, so that it maintains a living tradition, coloured by every part of this world and every perspective within it. And that's my hope for her. That's my blessing for her as she grows from this day on. But it's also my hope and my blessing for all of us, that we don't close ourselves off to opportunities and to possibilities. We don't allow ourselves to say that there's just one way to do this, that there's one way to go about this. That we celebrate that there is Yesh yoter derech echad liyud yehudi, that there is more than one way to be a Jew, and there's also more than one way to be a damn good person. And that's all that we can ever hope for any of us, but particularly for this child. So I wish you as parents Mazel Tov. I wish you as grandparents Mazel Tov. I wish all of you as aunts and uncles Mazel Tov. I wish you guys as cousins Mazel Tov. And as great aunts and uncles and friends Mazel Tov. And that leaves about 2 of us, I'm sure. But it is a wonderful time to celebrate. And so thank you for letting us do it with you. I wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom. As I invite you to turn to page 586 and rise for the Aleinu prayers.
On 598. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. This Shabbat we think especially of Joan Abrahams and Cecilia Henderson, and we think of those in the period of Shloshim of Valerie Abramson, Diana Bliss, Alan Gelfand, Charlotte Janut, Diana Khan, Sandra Liebman, John Mansfield, Eva Marks, Sandra Romanovich, Robert Sample, Les Selby, Cyril Spencer, and the 3 American firefighters who died in the plane crash defending our homes, Rick DeMorgan, Paul Hudson, and Ian Macbeth. In addition, we think of the yahrzeits that fall on the Shabbat of Jaime Bain, Ben Baer, Sylvia Braverman, Charles Cameron, Emily Cameron, Yvonne Coopersmith, Alwyn Eilenberg, Philip Friedman, Daniel Holland, Harold James, Joseph Cam, Helena Kronberg, Sharon Levine, John McCutcheon, Mira Mirovich, Suzanne Nozick, Lucille Rubens, Kenneth Rotman, Doris Seton, Otto Tescher, James Vinson, Helen Windholtz, and Theodore Zemmel. If there are other names or if I've mispronounced any of these names, please call out the name as I look around or hold them dear in your hearts.
Eric Davis.
Zichronam livracha, may their memories truly be for a blessing as we turn to page 598 and the words of Kaddish Yatom. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba, v'alma divra achirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala uv'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach leolam ulal me'al maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei likudisha brichu, לעילה מן קל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלם רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all of Israel, and to all of humanity. And we say amen. Amen. Please be seated as our president joins us to share a few announcements from the Board of Governors.
Thank you very much, Michelle, and thank you, Sharon, Ellie and Edo, for your liturgy this evening. And greetings, everyone, from your Board of Governance. Wonderful to have you all here tonight. Very hearty mazel tov, Nala and Joel, and all of the Ryan family on the welcoming of baby Amani Zipporah. And a very warm welcome to our visitors from overseas as well. A few announcements. Tomorrow morning will be our first Parashat HaShavua class at the new time of 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. So for those of you who are students who love that class, it's 9 o'clock tomorrow. Then after services tomorrow morning, we'll have our first lunch and learn for this month. It is with Justin Pilgrim, who is the Sustainable Business Manager at the World Wildlife Fund Australia, and he will talk about restoring the forests of Eastern Australia in the wake of the recent bushfire crisis. Very topical subject. So that's 12:30 after services tomorrow morning. Sunday is the first of our film club screenings for this year, and it is the classic film Roman Holiday with Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck. So whether you've seen it many times or it's your first time, do come along. 6:30 opening for 7 o'clock start of the film. That's this Sunday. Lots of things happening next Shabbat. And on the Saturday morning, they start with our top service at 9:30. So that's a service for preschool-aged children who usually bring their parents or grandparents along at 9:30, and they enjoy colour making, songs and stories. And also on that same weekend, on the Sunday the 23rd, the Rosh Chodesh Women's Group will be gathering at 7:30, and they will be hearing Sue Morgan and fellow volunteers talk about the extraordinary work of the Progressive Hevra Kadisha. Do come and see me or contact the office for the location. So that's next Sunday the 23rd. Finally, I have some save the dates for your diaries. Purim celebration and spiel is happening here on Monday the 9th of March. The theme is the Jersey Boys. It will be lots of fun. So do note that date in your diary, Monday the 9th of March. That same week, the 12th and 13th of March, we, in conjunction with the UPJ and the UIA Progressive Appeal, are very excited because we will be welcoming Rabbi David Saperstein, who is President of the World Union for Progressive Judaism. There will be two very special events here, and full details we will send you, and they are on our website. So that's the 12th and the 13th of March. Do note those dates. Do please thank our security volunteers who are getting a little bit wet outside looking after us, and join us in the back of the sanctuary for Kiddush, and if you would kindly put your books on the trolley. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rebecca. We are on page 657 as we conclude with the words of Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Peace will surely come to us, to everyone. Salam for us and the entire world. Page 657.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, 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 aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam, aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, 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 aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.
As you come to the back of the hall, the red will be the wine, the white will be the grape juice. In the middle is the nectar of Johnny Walker for those who wish to partake. And we begin with the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Grape juice. That's not grape
Hey,
juice.
peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. B'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'b'ratzon himchilanu. Zikaron le'maseh bereishit.
כי הוא יום תחילה במקראי קודש זכר יציאת מצרים
כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים.
בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש
Hashamat L'chaim.
Chaim Tovim.
And then the motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom and B'tavon Shabbat Shalom. Okay, Shabbat Shalom. It's hot,
warm.
Hot.
It is warm, it's fabulous. The little Shabbat miracle, challah is always hot at TBI.
You want a piece of challah? Yes, you
Shabbat
do.
Shalom, welcome. How lovely. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure you'll have a lovely time this evening. Did you want some warm challah? Oh, you beat me. Had already. Shabbat shalom. Do we need more? Shabbat shalom, welcome. Did you get some? I'm so glad. Thank you. Very casual. I met your husband. I didn't meet you. Welcome. Yeah, fast asleep. Do we need any more?
Bravo, Sharon.